Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. As you can see, I'm in a different setting today as I am on holiday, but I thought as I haven't had a video out on the channel for several days, I would do what I have picked up today because there's rather a lot, and then it saves me doing a video when I do get home. So I'll just get started. So within this haul of sorts is my very first Arrow video title. Not really sure why I haven't got one up until now, but this film jumped out at me and it was a reasonable price at CEX. But I'll show you the four that I got on that particular day from the charity shops in CEX first, and then I'll do my big CEX haul afterwards. So first off, from a charity shop, I got this. I had this on DVD. I got this, as it says on this front, for $2.99. I looked at the price in CEX and it was $2.50, so I thought for an extra 50p, I don't mind picking it up. And that is Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. I did go to the cinema to watch this and I remember really enjoying it. So it's a really good space film. Not fantastic, but I had a good time with it. So I thought I'd pick it up for the collection. That is Passengers. And then I got one with a slipcover in another charity shop. Again, I have this on DVD, but I haven't seen it, so this is an upgrade for £2. And it looks really good, so I'm happy to have it. And that is Manchester by the Sea. It said it did win an Academy Award and a BAFTA. I think Best Actor and Original Screenplay. Looks like it's got a really good cast. Casey Affleck, Michelle Williams, Kyle Chandler, Lucas Hedges. So not too sure what it's about. I know it's some sort of drama, but it's got a good cast and looks pretty decent, so I'm looking forward to checking it out for £2. That was a bargain, I thought. And then I went to a charity shop and I saw this and I thought it was the DVD and I didn't bother. But then I picked it up to look at it and it turned out it was the Blu-ray, and I thought for £1 this was a steal. I didn't love this film, but I thought for £1 I'd get it so I can give it another go. A lot of people do seem to really like it, and it was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and won 1. And that is The Favourite with Olivia Colman, Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz. Based on the story of Queen Anne. But it's quite fictional, I believe. I'm not too sure because I've not really looked into it. But yeah, it was an okay film. I saw it at the cinema a few years ago, but nothing too special. But I've got it, so I can watch it again with a nice slipcover for £1. Can't really go wrong. And then finally at the haul, as I said, I got my first Arrow film, lead actor that I really like, and the story looked interesting, and it was only £8, so I thought I'd pull the plug and buy it, so now I can start buying more Arrow films if I find them at a good price. And that is Dark Blue with Kurt Russell, where he plays a cop, and it's about corruption and riots, and yeah, set in LA. And it's got Ving Rhames, Brendan Gleeson and Jonathan Banks in supporting roles. So I think I will watch this soon in the next week, because as I say, I'm looking forward to watching it because it looks like my type of film. So let me know if you've seen it down below and what you think of it. That is Dark Blue, my very first Arrow video pickup. So that was everything I got. I got that on all of them on Saturday, and then on Tuesday, I got these. There's a massive stack here. I think there's around 30, so I will just get straight on with it. First off, we have Zoolander with Ben Stiller. Really liked this film, thought it was really good. Then I watched the second one and it kind of ruined the first one for me, but I'm willing to give it another go because I remember really liking this when I did first watch this. But as I said, the second one is one of the worst films ever made, I personally think. But this was really good when I did first watch it. Also got Owen Wilson in there, Will Ferrell, John Voight, Jerry Stiller. Really good cast. Yeah, I look forward to checking this out again, and it was only £1. So I thought, yeah, I'd pick this up so I can give it another go. Next up is a comedy with Adam Sandler that I've never seen all the way through. Don't know too much about it. It looks okay. It looks like it'll be an alright film. Don't look anything special, but it may surprise me. That is You Don't Mess with the Zohan, where I believe he's an Israeli terrorist or something that comes to America, fakes his death, comes to America and becomes a hairdresser, I think. I'm not too sure if that's right, but I think that's what it's about. Let me know if you've seen it down below, if it's any good. This is the extended edition as well, so I don't know how much longer it is, but we should find out when I watch it. Next up is a film I've been trying to get for such a long time because it is my favourite Martin Scorsese film. Stars Leonardo DiCaprio, and as I said, is my favourite Martin Scorsese film. Absolutely love it, just think it's a fantastic film, and that is The Wolf of Wall Street. Also stars Jonah Hill and obviously Margot Robbie. Just really good film. This could be one of Leo's best performances, I think. A lot of people go towards The Revenant, which he won his Oscar for, but I think he deserved the Oscar for this personally, because this is a superior film in my opinion, and he acted superior in this film. But each to your own, every film is subjective, and as I say, I prefer this to The Revenant. Both are good films though. This is an excellent film in my opinion, plus the fact that this is more modern and is based on a true story. I know The Revenant's based on a true story, but this is more modern, and I like more modern, like 80s, 90s films that are true stories, so that's why I gravitate to this more than The Revenant and other films that he's done. But yeah, that is The Wolf of Wall Street. Very happy to finally have that. Next up was one that I was very surprised to find with a slipcover, because it's a pretty old Blu-ray, and I didn't know they used to do slipcovers when Blu-rays first came out. This is just a comedy. It was 50p. I thought, I get it, it could be a laugh. It's got Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher, and that is What Happens in Vegas. I believe they get drunk one night whilst they're both in Las Vegas as strangers, and they end up getting married, waking up to find that they got married, and they can't remember anything. So, yeah, I'm not too sure that it could be a good film, so let me know if you've seen it down below what you think of it. And a very nice slipcover with it indeed, so look forward to checking that out at some point, What Happens in Vegas. Next up is a very funny comedy. Got a really good cast: Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill and Richard Ayoade, and that is The Watch, about a neighbourhood watch group that encounters aliens and has to try and take the aliens down. Really funny. I do really love this film. I think this is truly a great film, great comedy. Very happy to pick this up. I think I got this for £1, so happy to have this in the collection, so I can watch it again. Next up is one that I've wanted to watch for a while. I believe I got this for about £2.50, which I thought was a good price. This is the special edition and the director's cut as well. It stars Brad Pitt, Eric Bana and Orlando Bloom, and is directed by Wolfgang Petersen, and that is Troy. I like these sorts of films, so I think I will like this. It looks really good. Obviously it's got great cast: Brad Pitt, Orlando Bloom, you know, great actors. So I look forward to watching this. I do like historical films, so I do think that this will be high on my list when it comes to watching it. It is a very long film. It's over 3 hours long, so I'm going to need to find the time to watch it. I will at some point though. I have loads of films at home that I've still not got around to watching because of the length, not because I don't want to watch them, because of how long they are, and trying to find the time of day to watch them. But anyway, that's Troy. Let me know what you think of it if you've seen it down below in the comments. And next up is an action film that was the first of many for this star. This is what established him as an action hero, and I'm very surprised I've not seen this already. For some reason I've seen the third one, but I've not seen the first two. And this is the extended harder cut, and that is Liam Neeson in Taken. I've heard really good things about this. I've heard this is a great action film, and as I said, I believe this is what established Liam Neeson as an action star about 15 years ago. So I am looking forward to watching this. Only an hour and a half, so won't have any problems trying to find the time to watch this. Let me know what your thoughts of Taken are down below in the comments if you have seen it. That's Taken. Next up is one that I've been wanting to get for such a long time, and I found it at the right price and decided I'd pick it up so I can watch it. It's from the writer and director of In Bruges, and he also recently did 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and this was the one he did in the middle. It stars Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson and Christopher Walken, and that is 7 Psychopaths. I believe this is like a comedy slash thriller, a bit like In Bruges and Three Billboards. So the cast is great. It looks like a funny film. And as I said, I think I got this for £1.50, which is the right price, I believe. So very much looking forward to checking this out when I can, because it looks like it will be definitely my sort of film. That's 7 Psychopaths. Let me know what you think of it if you've seen it down below. Next up is a film with Michael Douglas that I absolutely love. I think it's a really good film. I think it's pretty underrated and not a lot of people talk about it. It also stars Kiefer Sutherland and Eva Longoria, and that is The Sentinel. Obviously this is about a Secret Service agent that is framed for something, and he has to go on the run and try and prove his innocence. Like a more amped up version of The Fugitive in some ways, I guess. But he's got to clear his name and save the president's life. And it's a really good cat and mouse film. Michael Douglas is great in this. Great story, great acting, and I just really love this film. If you've not seen this film, highly recommend getting this, watching this. I believe I got this for £2.50, which is a great price for this film because it is a great film. So yeah, that is The Sentinel. Next up is a comedy with Will Ferrell that I haven't seen. I know of it, but I've not heard too much about it. I thought because it was £1, I'd pick it up, check it out myself, see if I like it, and that is Semi-Pro. Also stars Woody Harrelson, who I'm a big fan of as well. So, and it's set in the 70s, and 70s, 80s, 90s, I love those decades. So, I'm very much looking forward to checking this out when I can. If you've seen it, let me know if it's any good, if it's funny or not. It looks pretty good from the back cover. So, yeah, I do look forward to watching this when I can. That is Semi-Pro. Let me know what you think of it down below if you've seen it. Next up is one of my favourite films. It's a Disney film, and it is based on a true story, and it stars Emma Thompson and Tom Hanks, and that is Saving Mr. Banks. Obviously about Walt Disney's relationship with P.L. Travers, who was the author of Mary Poppins, and they met when he wanted to make a film of Mary Poppins. It's just a really moving film. Really love it. Love how everything came together, as Mary Poppins is one of my favourite Disney classic films. So Tom Hanks was casted perfectly here, as was Emma Thompson. Got a great supporting cast. You've got Paul Giamatti, Jason Schwartzman, Bradley Whitford, Colin Farrell. As I said, great supporting cast. And as I said, it is one of my favourite modern Disney films, and it makes it even better that it is based on a true story and is about the main man himself in some ways as well. So that is Saving Mr. Banks. Next up, another Disney film. This one I got purely because it's got Jake Gyllenhaal in, and as you know, he is my favourite actor. I've heard this is a pretty bad film. I may have watched this a long time ago, but if I did, I can't remember anything about it. That is Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Don't know too much. It was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, who obviously did the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and he has done some pretty good films, especially back in the late 90s, mid-90s. So it may be an alright time. It looks okay from the back. It doesn't look too bad. So I will check it out at some point and see what it's like, because you never know. I may like it. I may go against the popular opinion, as I do with quite a lot of films. So that is Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Next up is a romantic drama starring Anne Hathaway and Jim Sturgis. I've heard this is a really good film, so I was happy to get this for 50p, and that is One Day. I believe it's about two people that meet at university in the 80s, and every year on the anniversary that they met, they meet up with each other again for years, and slowly fall in love with each other. And it's just from what I can see, looks like a really good film. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Let me know what you think of it down below if you've seen it, because as I said, I'm looking forward to checking it out when I can. Next up is a film that I've been wanting to see for a long time. It is a Steven Spielberg film, and this stars Daniel Day-Lewis, for which he won an Oscar for. This is Lincoln. Unfortunately, it didn't come with a slipcover, and CEX did mess it up as they put the rental copy in. So basically they called me because I believe the rental copy is cheaper. But it doesn't bother me, still got the film on, so as long as the film works and I can watch the film all the way through, I'm not bothered, because I do really want to watch this. As I said, been waiting to watch this for a very long time. So yeah, that is Lincoln. Let me know if you've seen it down below, what you think of it, because that is one I'm looking forward to watching quite a bit. Next up is a Blind Buy, 50p I think it was. It's got Bill Murray, Olivia Colman, based on a true story. I thought I'd just get it from the director of Notting Hill, Hyde Park on Hudson. This is about Franklin D. Roosevelt's visit to England during King George's reign just before the war. I think this is, does it say what year? It just says as they face an imminent war, so this is probably 38, 39 I would have thought. But this should be interesting. I love Bill Murray, so yeah, I am looking forward to checking this out as soon as possible because it looks right up my street. Next up is a film that's really good. I've also read the book. This stars Helen Mirren, and it's just a really charming film, as it says on the front. Really nice film, nice watch. If you love your food, you'll love this film. And I got this for 50p, and very difficult to find out in the wild from what I understand, so very happy that I came across this. That's The 100-Foot Journey, as I said, starring Helen Mirren, about a chef in France and an Indian family of chefs that move over across the road and open a restaurant, and they kind of battle between each other. Really good film. The book's just as good. Yeah, I recommend this if you like your food, as I say. If you like Helen Mirren, you'll love this. It's just a really good film, and I had a lot of fun with it when I did watch it. That is The 100-Foot Journey. Next up is a really good film with Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone. It's a comedy of sorts, and I just love it. And that is Grudge Match, and it says on the back it's Rocky versus Raging Bull, which it is indeed. And it's basically about two old men that used to be boxers that never really got a match to signify which of them was better. So all these years later, they come back together to have a grudge match because they hate each other. And it's just a really good film, really funny. Just a nice film, good time. And I do definitely recommend this, especially if you're a fan of the two lead actors in this. That is Grudge Match. Next up is another film with Jake Gyllenhaal that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I've heard this is a really good film. Also stars Michael Pena, and that is End of Watch. I believe this is about two police officers that are just patrolling and they get into something. Don't know what, because I've not read into it too much because I want it to be kind of a surprise, but I have heard it's a really good film. So I am definitely looking forward to checking this out. Let me know what you think of this if you've seen it down below, so I know what to think when going into it. That is End of Watch. Next up is a classic film which I watched for the first time last year. This is the extended edition as well. This is possibly one of Johnny Depp's best films. Also a film that most people think of is his best, maybe. It's one of his first, one of his earlier roles, from director Tim Burton. That is Edward Scissorhands. Love this film. I think this is a really good film. Not a massive fan of Tim Burton. I prefer his earlier stuff. I don't like the more gothic stuff. Like, I'm not a fan of Sleepy Hollow. Hate his Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film. Not a big fan of Alice in Wonderland or any of that sort of stuff because it's too gothic-y for me, and I don't think they're done particularly well personally. But love this film. Definitely looking forward to checking this out again because I think it's a great film. That's Edward Scissorhands. Next up is a film that I love, again from the director of The Hangover. It stars Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis. Great comedy film. Unfortunately, someone obviously had a sticker on it and left it on, and it's made a horrible mess on the side of the case now. But oh well, I'll change the case at some point. But this is a great comedy, and that is Due Date. Obviously, I think this is about two people that have to go together on a road trip to try and get to Robert Downey Jr.'s wife's side because she's about to give birth. I remember really liking this. Kind of the same guy we get from The Hangover, same kind of character, which is good because he's great in The Hangover. Robert Downey Jr. is really good in this film, and I like it when we see him in films other than The Avengers, which hopefully we will now that he's no longer part of the MCU. We'll see more of him doing these sorts of things. This, The Judge, I love as well, one of my favourite films. So, yeah, definitely recommend this if you've not seen this, because this is quite a fun film. That is Due Date. Next up, another one that I was surprised to find with this slipcover. Sorry, can't get my words out. Another one I was surprised to find with this slipcover because, again, this is a pretty old film. Bit of a weird slipcover because they've kind of chopped it off at the top. But As you know, I'm a fan of Nicholas Sparks. I've only got a few more that I need to get of his for my collection. This was one of them, and for 50p I grabbed it. This one has Channing Tatum and Amanda Seyfried in, and that is Dear John. Again, don't know too much about it, don't need to know too much about it, because as it says on the front, from the best-selling author of The Notebook, who is my favourite. It's not my favourite author, but when you like come to people that have that's works have been adapted into films, he would be my favourite, because of all of his films I really like, because I am a fan of the romantic drama genre, so and he does that very well. So I'm very much looking forward to watching this, because I'm sure this will be much of the same sort of thing. So yeah, if you've seen it, let me know if it's as good as his other works that have been adapted into films. So yeah, that is Dear John. Oh, slipcover is quite loose there. And now most of the rest, other than the last one, are what I would consider classics or great films that I've not seen. You may not agree with me, but that's the reason I got it, because it was. This one stars Susan Sarandon and Sean Penn, and I've wanted to watch this for a long time because I've heard this is a great film. I don't know whether... Yeah, Susan Sarandon won an Oscar, and Sean Penn was nominated for one, and that is Dead Man Walking. I've heard this is a great film. It's based on a true story, so of course I'm going to watch it because I love those sorts of films. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. It was directed by Tim Robbins and written. So looking forward to this, because I expect that this is going to be a great film that I'm going to love. So let me know your thoughts down below of Dead Man Walking. Next up, this one I was debating whether to get or not, because the cover has been reprinted. It's not too bad, the cover. It looks pretty professional. It's obviously the same cover, they've just printed it again. But it's because it's a film I've been wanting to get for such a long time. I just said, I'm going to get it, I don't care, because I want to watch it. The Blu-ray disc is fine, so that's all that matters. And that's Blood Diamond, another Leo film. Also stars Jennifer Connelly and Jimon Honsu. So, yeah, I've heard this is a great film. One of my favourite, I would say is one of my favourite directors. He also directed The Last Samurai. He directed Glory. What else has he directed? He directed a lot of films. I think he directed Love and Other Drugs as well, which I love. Yeah, I am very much looking forward to checking this out as soon as I can, even though the cover is reprinted, because it looks like it is going to be, of these, one of my favourites of this haul. That's Blood Diamond. Let me know your thoughts on it down below if you've seen it. Next up is a controversial one, because I actually preferred the sequel to this one. I didn't really rate this at all when I first watched this, but I thought I'd get it because it was about £2, and I thought I'd get it for the collection so I can watch it again. And that is Blade Runner. This is the final cut. Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it the first time I watched it. Thought it was quite overrated, honestly. Much prefer the sequel, 2049. But I'll give it another go, see if I like it on another watch, because this is some people's favourite films. It's a Ridley Scott film as well, and he is a pretty good director. So, yeah, that is Blade Runner. Next up is one from my favourite director, Robert Zemeckis, one I've still not seen of his yet. Found it for 50p, had to get it. Don't know whether it's a good film or not, but it was one that I absolutely had to get, could not pass on. And that is Beowulf. This is the director's cut. Same style as The Polar Express and A Christmas Carol, like animated, but more CGI. Based on Vikings, set during the Viking times. Looks like it would be a lot of fun. So, yeah, look forward to checking this out. Let me know what your thoughts on it down below. Some people may really like it, some people may really not like it, so I don't know. Of these films, I don't know anything about the ones I've not watched, really. I don't know whether they're liked, whether they're disliked. So, you let me know down below your thoughts so I can go in. Well, I always go in open-minded, but I can go in with a bit more clear thoughts when I get around to watching this. That is Beowulf. 3 more. Next up is a classic. I was originally going to pick up Broken Arrow, but both of the copies they had, the covers had been reprinted, and they weren't the proper covers. They looked like bootlegs, and I'm not a fan of bootlegs, so I passed up on it. And for an extra £1, I managed to get this. I know this was re-released like a few weeks ago, but I've not seen the film, so for £5 I thought I'll get it anyway because it's got Michael Douglas in, and I love Michael Douglas, and that is Basic Instinct, obviously also starring Sharon Stone. I've heard this is quite a saucy film, but it is like a thriller, and I love thrillers, so yeah, I can't wait to get into this to see what it's like. If I really like it, a few years down the line, who knows, I may pick up the new edition, but it's the same film at the end of the day, so it's not at the top of my list of worries at the moment. That is Basic Instinct. Let me know what you think of it down below. Next up, one that was released to 4K last year. I got this for $150, I think, and I've not seen it, but I've heard it's a really good film, so happy to have it so I can finally check it out. That's 300 with Gerard Butler. About the Spartans, about the 300 Spartans that fought against a massive Persian army. Apparently this looks beautiful. Apparently the action's great in this, so I am definitely looking forward to it. It's Zack Snyder, very hit or miss director for me, so who knows, I may love this, I may hate this. We shall find out when I watch it. That is 300. Let me know what you think of it down below. And last but not least is one I've been wanting to get for a very long time because it is a romantic comedy, and I love romantic films, so glad to have this. I had it on DVD, but I never got around to watching it, so now I've got the Blu-ray, I definitely will be watching it soon. And that is 17 again with the Zac Efron. Yeah, looks like a really good film. Also got Matthew Perry, Leslie Mann's in this as well. So yeah, I'm sure this will be a really good film. So look forward to checking it out. Let me know what your thoughts of all of these films that I've not seen are down below, so I've got some sort of idea going into them. But that is it. So I'll try and get them all in without dropping them. Be a challenge, but can I do it? There you go. That's all of the haul that I got on Tuesday from CEX, and it was relatively cheap as well. It was just over £40 for all of that, which I think is a really good price considering the quality of some of the titles in there. So that's why I always shop second hand, because you can get really good bargains, really good deals, and it's a lot cheaper. And that's the other one. I don't see the point in buying things brand new. I've said this before in some of my videos. It's the same film, it's just not got a wrapping on it, so as long as it's in good enough condition, you can still even change the case if it's not, so that is why I always buy second hand, really. Plus I've not really got the money to afford buying new things, because if I get second hand things, you can get a lot more for your money. So yeah, that is it. So if you like the video, don't forget to give it a like. If for some reason you didn't like the video, then by all means give it a dislike, but if you do choose to dislike it, I would appreciate it if you let me know why down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded onto the channel. Comment down below everything, anything. I'll get back to anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment. And that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.